Hello, Lisa here. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today we're going to be making 4 really lovely but clean, simple and easy Christmas cards. We're going to be using just one piece of 6x6 pattern paper and we're going to stretch that to decorate all 4 cards. That's right, 4 cards from one piece of 6x6 pattern paper. All the items that I'm using today will be linked in the description below, but just to go over, we will need one piece of 6x6, that's inches, pattern paper, and some coordinating cardstock. I'm just going through, this is the Comfort and Joy series of paper. It's in the current September-October catalogue, and I'm chosen the pretty floral poinsettia. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it. My mum would be really not proud right now. And I'm also going to make these quick cards using the value pack. So you get 25 pre-cut and scored cards and coordinating envelopes. So it makes very quick work of card making. I've also got some candy apple cardstock. I believe that was 6 by 12 inches in dimension. And you'll also need a pencil. You can either use your grid mat or you can use a ruler. But essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be marking in from each corner with the pencil, making a mark at 1.5 inches. So that's what I'm doing here. I don't know if you'll be able to see the pencil mark, but I'm marking one in and then I'm marking back in again from the next corner, and I just work my way around the piece of paper until I've got all 4 sides that's got a pencil mark 1.5 inches from the corner. Excuse my head getting in the way there, but you've got to see what you're doing. Then you take your trimmer and you take your piece of pattern paper and you place it in the trimmer, and what you need to do is line your pencil marks up in the track line. So you can see there's a little groove where the blade goes. So you've got one pen, I don't know if you can see the pencil, but I'm lining the bottom one up, so that's in the track line, and then I move it across the top one so they're both lined up, and then I cut. And then I am left with two pieces, matching pieces of patterned paper. Then I take one of my halves and I find the longest edge, which is the diagonal cut that we just made, and I place that into the trimmer. So that's the long edge, goes into up to the top of your trimmer and fit it across where you've got that, the groove that holds it in place. And then you find your pencil mark and move it across. Make sure that edge is flush with the edge of your trimmer, and that pencil mark is in the track line, and then you cut. And then you do this again with the other piece, and then you'll have 4 pieces. I'll just show you that again. So I'm taking the long edge that I cut, and I'm going to put that bit back into my trimmer again and move it across until that pencil mark that I made earlier is in the cut line. So we're doing exactly the same again, but I thought I'd show you it twice because simple, but you can check twice and cut once, they say. So now I'm taking a 12-inch by 6 rectangle piece of just coordinating cardstock. This is candy apple, and then I'm probably being a bit extravagant with this cardstock, but I just wanted to make this quick. So I just know that size is big enough to fit all the pieces on, and I want to create a red frame or mat for each piece. I'm going to speed this up for you, but basically I place them all onto the red cardstock, make sure I've got enough space so that I can cut borders around them, just using my tape runner. And I use my trimmer to make the first few cuts, and then then I cut the most of it off and then I trim it. So I end up with 4 of these pieces of the poinsettia paper on a red mat. I'm now going to take the value pack card and envelope, take 4 cards. These are already pre-cut and scored, so super quick. And I'm now going to decorate them using the 4 pieces of pattern paper. So I'm just folding my card and running my bone folder along, and then I'm just going to, there's so many different ways you can put this shape onto a card. You can do it in landscape like I have there, or you can flip it and do it in portrait. You could even do it coming up from the bottom in landscape. Anyway, I'm having a little play around, and you can too if you have a go at these. And then I settle on how I want my cards to look. Off camera, I have pre-cut using the Stitch Circles die 4 red, candied apple red, sorry, circles, which I'm going to use these circles to place my sentiment. I'm using an M size stamp called Hand Lettered Christmas Holiday. I don't think this is available anymore, but it's one of the only single Merry Christmas sentiments that I have that would fit into this circle. So I'm actually going to use White Daisy ink, and I'm also going to use, it's pigment ink, so I can actually use this to emboss because I want the sentiment, the Merry Christmas, to stand out on that red cardstock. So I'm using my stamp positioner so I can just quickly get it into place, and then I'll be able to use it just to stamp for really quickly. So off camera, I have gone ahead and sprinkled some white embossing powder onto the Merry Christmas and heat embossed. So it really is standing out. I actually really like the way it turns out. So now it's time to assemble the cards. Like I said, there's so many different ways you can lay this card out. I'm just playing around with some ideas. I've got one piece of pattern paper and one circle with a Merry Christmas sentiment to each card, and I ended up coming up with these configurations, and I'm pretty happy. They're very clean and simple cards, which is how I like them. But then I decide that I might just try and put it, maybe they're too plain, I'm not sure about the white background. So I decided to pull out the November stamp of the month, which is quite cute. I've got some more ideas coming up for this, and I decided to take the little, sort of like little star poinsettia sort of shape, and decided to try and make a background. Now there's a little bit of glacier. I don't know if you can see in the pattern paper, some of the holly leaves are actually glacier. So I got my glacier ink and took the stamp, and I just tried stamping randomly across the white. Anyway, so once I've started stamping, sort of stand back and have a look at it, and I'm really not sure if I like it. So I didn't do it with any of the colours, but I'd be really interested to know what you think. Let me know if you prefer it with the background or left white. Put a little bit of a vote out there. So after I finish stamping, time to put my sentiment on some foam, and then I add a few little sparkly gems just to finish off the card. So there we have 4 clean and simple cards, and we've stretched one little piece of 6" by 6" pattern paper across all 4 cards. And of course, you don't have to make Christmas cards with this idea. You could make up a load of birthday cards, thank you cards. It's a good way of using pattern paper. I don't always know how to place pattern paper on my cards. So thank you very much again for joining me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this idea, please give us a thumbs up. It really does help. And let us know which one you prefer, plain white or background. Thank you. Have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.